Sri Lanka Business TV.
What is the limit now?
Now, sir, there is no particular. Now, you have to go by one. For instance, now we have issued regulation under the Foreign Exchange Act,
Yeah.
liberalizing and giving some limitations for some transaction.
Yeah.
For instance, in 2017, once the act was enacted, soon after we published the regulation, allowing, for instance, for example, migrants can take $200,000. Now, because of the outbreak of pandemic and also the later on negative development that will have impact on the foreign reserves of the country and also the liquidity position, we brought it down to US dollars 30,000. Now that is the order now. So someone who is migrating for the first time, the maximum he can take out of the country will be only US dollars 30,000. Someone has already migrated, still he wants to take. Firstly, he has taken some money. Now he is asking for the second time. He will have to only 10,000. This is because we don't have dollars in the market, so we'll have to bring out limits. So, in terms of the Foreign Exchange Act, we have powers. The minister has powers to issue order with the approval of the cabinet and with permission with the consent of the parliament.
What are the level you are asking now?
Now, of course, what we have already issued this order now, sir.
Yes.
That was issued from 30th June 2022.
200,000 brought to 30,000.
30,000.
What are you asking now?
That will still remain, sir.
Yes, so what are
With
you
the
asking?
asking to extend this particular order, sir, for another 6-month time.
So that is one example. No?
That's one example, sir.
Right. So that is capital. But
Yes.
this is so. Do you consider migration sort of one time taking money out when you migrate as capital?
Yes, in terms of our act, sir, it's a kind of capital transfer because
What are the other capital transactions?
so any transaction relating to investment outside the country.
That is OIA, no, outward investment.
That's
account.
yes. Someone who wants to take.
No, those are two things. I'm asking what falls under capital transaction rupee account.
Yeah. Capital transaction rupee account is basic. There are two things, sir.
Yeah.
CTRA account and the OIA account.
Yeah.
There's someone who is migrating, he has to convert his all rupees into dollars, no, sir.
Yeah.
Then he has to take it through only CTRA.
Yeah.
So we have records there.
Yeah.
And then someone who wants to make investment outside the country, sir, he has to convert his rupees and into dollars and take this money through the outward investment account so that we can monitor.
Yeah.
So whatever the transaction relating to the investment overseas will be through the OIA, and as you said, sir, any migration allowance will be through the CTRA account.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
No, when we brought this, when we brought this 200,000 to 30,000 and lowered it, the country situation was such a dire situation we had. We have to save every dollar. But you must also see we are infringing fundamental human rights here. People who want to migrate, they sell their properties, they want to take their money. So we are by force telling them, no, you have no right to take the money. And you park the money here. But when did we bring it down? You say to 30,000?
No, I mean like firstly,
ලක්ෂ දෙකේ ඉඳලා 30,000ට කවද්ද ගෙනාවේ කියලා මං අහන්නේ.
firstly it was in 2020 April.
20. The 2020 වල ඉඳලා අද වෙනතුර අපේ ආර්ථිකය පොඩ්ඩක්වත් වර්ධනය වෙලා නැද්ද? මොකද මේකේ සහනයක් දෙන්න වෙනවා. I know number of my friends, doctors and other professionals who sold their final property. මේ කොළඹ outside තියෙන property එකක්. ඒක වෙකම ගෙනියන්න බෑ. මේ නීතිය නිසා. ඉතින් මම කියන්නේ ලක්ෂ දෙක අපි 111 189කින් බැස්සුවා. 30000ට ගෙනල්ලා. හරිද? දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ තව ටිකක්වත් දෙන්න වෙනවා අඩු ගානේ. මේක නිසා අපට යන්න ඉන්න යකා කොහොමත් යනවා ලංකාවෙන්. හරිද? ඒගොල්ලන්ව අතින් අල්ලන්න බෑ වික්ටර් රත්නායකගේ සින්දුව වගේ. හරි? හිතින් යන එක යනවම තමයි. එයාට ලක්ෂයක් දෙන්න කිව්වත් මෙහෙ ඉන්නේ නෑ එයා. ඉතින් අපි කරන්නේ මේ මුදල මේ ලංකාවේ තියාගන්න ඕන උමනාවක් අපිට තිබෙනවා. ඒක පැහැදිලිනේ. ඔබතුමාලගේ ඒ නීතිය පැහැදිලි. නමුත් අර ලක්ෂ දෙකේ තිබුණු එක 30000ට බස්සලා අපි එතරම් තව මාස 6ක් ගෙනිනවද? ඒකෙන් කියවෙන්නේ අපේ ආර්ථිකය පොඩ්ඩක්වත් සුබවාදී වුණේ නැහැ. ඒ තරමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒක නිසා මේක ඕනේ කියලා. ඒක තමයි මට තේරෙන රැස්ලා.
In terms of liquidity position of the country, you are correct. We have no any improvements, sir.
Yeah, but then the pressure on migration is high. We haven't been able to stop that.
And the pressure on the exchange rate and pressure on the depleted reserves is also there. So that therefore...
Yeah, so there are two sides to this, Honorable Raghavan. If you look at the macro, Are you looking at a micro of one person selling their property, converting their rupees into USD and taking the USD out? No. So this is where the next question comes. The money is fungible. No? If you put money into a basket, it all becomes one. It's like water. It doesn't really matter where the money comes from. As long as there's money to be taken out, you can take out the money from the central bank. The question is, what, like the gentleman says, sorry, what's your name again?
Sudat
Mr.
Prasanna.
Mr. Sudat Prasanna says, there is a liquidity problem in USD, which means in the bucket, there's very little water. Right? Now, how do you get the water into the bucket?
Yeah.
Right? Now, that is where this question I want to clarify. Now, while you are trying to put all these conditions of converting rupees into dollars and taking the dollars out, there is a big discussion in society right now that there is accusation almost that the exporters are not bringing in the dollars they are supposed to bring in.
Profit parking outside the country.
Which means, Honorable Raghavan, fill in the bucket.
Yeah.
When the bucket is filled, one simple guy going to Australia should be able to take a measly $30,000 or $100,000. Their accusation is billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars
Parked outside.
are not coming into this bucket. The water is not, the dollar is not getting filled up. Am I correct?
Yeah, we have enough liquidity, we can facilitate this.
Right. If there is enough liquidity, where the liquidity is coming from is immaterial to the individual customer.
So our intelligent or our common sense should say the idea is not to stop the guy but to increase the liquidity situation. No? ඉතින් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් නම් මේ මාස 6ක් තුලදී සංක්‍රමණිකයන් හැටියට ඉල්ලුම් කරලා තියෙන අය කොච්චරද? ඒගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම සල්ලි ගෙනිච්චොත් කොච්චරද? නමුත් අපේ profit එළිය පාක් කරලා තියෙන big companies even gem exporters ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ මුදල ගෙනාවොත් කොච්චරද? You see what I'm saying? I mean we are doing the easiest thing කියලා මට හිතෙන්නේ. අර අහිංසක මිනිස්සු යන්න හදනවා. හරි අපි කියමුකෝ ඒගොල්ලෝ අහිංසක නැහැ කියලා. ඒක මේ ඇඩ්වර්ක් එකක් මේක අරන් දාන්නකො මිනිස්සු යන්න හදනවා. ඒක මානව අයිතියක්. ඒගොල්ලෝ යන්න ඕනේ.
Hari, I want to, Honorable, sorry, go ahead. You want to say something?
No sir. Actually, මෙතනදී අර අපි migration allowance එක කියන්නේ මේ restrict කරලා තියෙන ටිකේ ඇත්තටම පොඩි portion එකක්. ඇත්තටම මෙතන අපි priority list එක ගත්තොත් අපි resident ලගේ investment තමයි මුලින්ම අපි දෙනවා නම් prioritize කරලා ඒව තමයි මුලින්ම අපි consider කරන්න ඕනේ. මොකද migration allowance එක කියන්නේ යාට travel කරනකොට යා first time යනකොට යාට 30,000 දෙනවා. ඒක හැබැයි අපි capital කියලා සලකන්නේ දැන් අපි හිතමු visitor visa කෙනෙක් යනවා කියලා. එයාට එතකොට එයා ගන්නවනේ යන කාලෙට settlement වලට ඒහා සමානව ඊටත් වැඩිය ගාණක් මේ 30,000 කියන්නේ. එයාගේ initial settlement වලට actually enough. ඒකින්ද අපි penalize වෙන්නේ යව දීලා නැහැ. ඒ වුණාට එයාට migration allowance කියන එක අපි දීලා තියෙන්නේ මේ PR සහ citizen ගන්න අයට ලංකාවේ property තියෙනවානේ. ඒතකොට property එයාලට කවදා හරි අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ settle වෙච්ච රටට ගෙනියන්න ඒව විකුණලා. ඒතකොට ඒක මේ immediate point එකේම ඔක්කොම දෙන්න කියන එක මම
No. Have you I'm going to challenge you now. Sorry.
Yeah.
I left this country 20 years ago. I was an immigrant in Canada. Your theory is completely wrong, madam. The people whom you think 30,000 ගිහිල්ලා එක කරගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා කවදා හරි නැහැ. The life becomes so hard. They need every dollar that they can put. Because if you don't get a starting, even in a very liberal country like Canada, you will have to, the next cycle will come 10 years you have to suffer.
Yes, actually, but this is actually temporary solution. Normally, 200,000 initial migration answer they are eligible.
Yes.
But for, this is actually
My appeal to you is that 30,000 you dropped at once.
Yeah.
You dropped to 30,000 from 200,000. That is just about 12 or 13%. Now I really would urge you all to consider to at least make it 50,000 or so, because you are, see, there are two issues we are debating. Some Sri Lankans are determined to go. This will happen. World War II and World War other people left.
Oh, that is
Right? So we can't stop. I mean, we are kind of having this mind. නෑ මුන්ට යන්න දෙන්න හොඳ නැහැ. මුන් මේ ලංකාවේ ඉඳලා යනවා. මුන් අපේ නිදහස් අධ්‍යාපනය ගත්තා. අනේ ඒක වෙන කතාවක්.
ඇමතුමා මෙතුමායිලා කියන මේක తాවකාලිකව තියෙනවා. ඒ අවසරය යාට දෙනවා. තව ටික දවසකින් මේක පිරුණාම ඒ 200 පිරෙනකන් ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන්.
මම කියන්නේ තව ටිකක් මේක වැඩි කරන්න.
Sri Lanka Business TV.